Discussing the concept of utility. So we'll be starting with the definition of utility. Utility is defined as the one satisfying power or ability of a commodity. Utility is subjective. It means it varies from person to person. Utility leads to satisfaction of a want when the commodity or the product is consumed or possessed. Utility is subjective. It varies from person to person. So we'll be understanding this with the help of some examples so that it becomes more clear and you can understand it very easily. So utility, as I said, varies from person to person. It also varies from place to place, season to season, time to time. So let's discuss with some examples. So first we'll discuss the example of utility differs from or varies from person to person. For example, I am a smoker and you are a non-smoker. So for me, the utility of a cigarette would be very high and for you it would be very less because you are a non-smoker. Utility also differs from place to place. For example, I live in Kashmir. So for me, the utility for woolen clothes would be very high. So, if a person lives in a warmer place, say for example, he or she lives in Mumbai or a more warmer place, so for them, the utility of woolen clothes would be very low. Utility also varies from season to season. For example, the utility of umbrella would be very high in rainy season as compared to winter season. So moving on to the next concept, which is related to the concept of utility, which is a very important law in economics. It is termed as law of diminishing marginal utility. So we'll start with the definition of the marginal utility law and then we'll move on to an example so that it gets more clearer to you. So the law of diminishing marginal utility states that if a person consumes more and more units of the same commodity, then the utility that he derives from the subsequent units keeps on diminishing, or you can even say keeps on reducing. So we'll now take an example so that it gets more clearer to you. So we'll discuss the law of diminishing marginal utility with the help of example. I'll take the example of myself. For example, I was fasting yesterday. So I did not had anything yesterday, neither my breakfast, lunch or dinner. And in the morning I am very hungry. So I am in a position to give 500 rupees for a paratha because I am very hungry. But if I consume 1 unit of that paratha and if the other person who is serving me that paratha for 500 rupees asks me that now for the second paratha, how much are you willing to pay? So I'll not pay 500 for that paratha because I know that it is not worth 500. But in the first case, I was very hungry. So I was willing to pay 500 rupees. But now when I have had the first paratha, my tummy is partially full. After having the first paratha, my tummy is partially filled. So now for the second paratha, my utility has gone a little down because my hunger is a little satisfied. So the utility has gone a bit down. So now for the second paratha, I am offering only 350 rupees instead of 500. Now after having the second paratha, my hunger would be satisfied more. So as this paratha, as more and more paratha I'll keep on consuming, the utility will keep on decreasing as my hunger is getting satisfied. So a point will come when I will not be willing to pay not even a single penny because my hunger is fully satisfied and my stomach is fully also full. So this is a point where the marginal utility comes to zero because now I am fully satisfied with the utility that I wanted with the paratha. So if the person who is offering me now asks me how much can I pay, I'll say I'll not pay a single penny now. So this is a point where marginal utility comes to zero. For example, the person who is offering me says no, you have to consume this paratha. So this is an unwanted thing that I am not willing to have, but the person is forcing me to have that thing. So at this point of time, the utility will become negative because that is not in my will and I am not ready to have that paratha. So here the utility becomes negative. When the utility becomes negative, it is also called as disutility. So now let us discuss some assumptions about law of diminishing marginal utility. So the first assumption is homogeneity. For example, if I was a person in my previous example where I was consuming paratha, so instead of having the second paratha, if the person offers me samosa instead of the first paratha, so now the question may arise that whether my utility decreases or it remains the same, because my hunger was for paratha at the first point of time. So here we have to assume, in this law of diminishing marginal utility, the first assumption should be that all the commodity, all the units of commodity that we are consuming, all the units of the commodity that we are consuming should be same. If I am having paratha at the first time, then the second, third time, whatever I am having should be paratha only, and that same thing, so that we can measure that thing, because then only it would be proved that my utility is decreasing or diminishing. If I am having first paratha and then samosa, then this law will not hold. So we need to assume that the units of the commodity should be same. So the second assumption is continuity. For example, I was the person having paratha at the first time. Now I have one paratha and I go out to play either basketball or something, and I come back and now I say now I have to have second paratha. Now it will not hold. This law will not hold, because now if I'll be having the second paratha, the utility might have increased because I have played a lot and my hunger would have increased instead of decreasing. So the second assumption that we hold in this law of diminishing marginal utility is continuity, that we need to consume the same units of the commodity in continuity so that this law holds, and it proves that your utility keeps on decreasing after having the same units of the commodity. Now, the third assumption that we hold for this law of diminishing marginal utility is that marginal utility of money should be constant.